I'm a, systems minded, growth sort of minded person. And so I'm always like, ooh, if we take this, we could do that, and it becomes important to know, but we actively don't want to do that
Yeah.
and help guide an organization. And I think that that's missing a lot of the time, right? I think there's a lot of focus on the positive, like we want to do X and we're going to be the market leader in this. And it's often not said that we're actively not doing that, at least not right now. So please don't do that.
Yeah.
And I think that would be helpful. I don't know what you guys think.
100% completely agree. And maybe it's a difference between kind of like an entrepreneurial mindset versus, or even a growth oriented mindset versus like a um, a scaling mindset of
Mm,
your eyes get too big for your stomach. You opportunistically, you don't want to leave anything on the table. If customers are saying, "Hey, I've got this problem and this problem and this problems," your inclination, even when you are having strong customer empathy, your inclination is to say, "Well, maybe eventually we can do all of that for you. We can solve
right.
all of that for you." And yet that's extremely scary to architect for, and you're going to get into analysis paralysis real fast because you are trying to go too broad and you're not going deep enough on one key problem or one set of problems. So yeah, I think saying no is just as important as saying this is where we're saying yes, this is where we want to focus our strategy. By saying we are focusing our strategy here, we need to sometimes explicitly tell everybody on the team and even sometimes externally that means we're not doing all these other things because we need to make sure that we solve this problem well.
Right.
Yeah. One of my favorite questions that comes down to the tech side is this possible?
Hmm.
Um,
Sure.
which in a a smirky type of way, I usually answer, of course, it's software, everything's possible.
Anything's possible. How much do you want to spend?
But it comes back to, Dave, what you're saying. What is our focus? What is our problem that we're solving? Not just what can we build type of thing.
My other favorite tech question is, can't we just insert something there?
We've also had conversations where when organization scales, what happens is the bottom of the organization, the boots on the ground, or there's a lot of ignoring them, at least, forgetting that they need to understand what that value is, in every piece of work that they're doing.
Yeah, there's a couple of things there. I absolutely think it's a balance between multiple concerns. Um, it's there's a couple of analogies that pop into my head, and all of them are terrible, but I'm going to use the worst one just for fun. Why not? Uh,
Nice.
when you're dating, when you're dating, you need a certain amount of self-confidence, right? Like you need to be able to project confidence, and it needs to be sincere. You need to know who you are. You also kind of need to have a sense of um, what your goals are from a dating perspective. If where you live geographically, what your interests are, what you bring to the table relationship wise, all of these things are factors that matter. In the same sense, within an organization, at any given moment, whether you're small or large, you need to be self-aware about what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you need to be confident about your strengths, but you also need to be defining strategies that don't require you to be really strong in an area that you know you are weak in. If you just did a little bit of introspection, you know that you don't have the team, you don't have the experience to solve a given type of problem. So you need to have confidence about the problems that you can solve in this day, or in the next year to 2 years. These are the problems that reasonably you can solve with the team that you have or are capable of acquiring, with the budget that you have and the return on investment that your investors are looking for. All of those factors balance it. You have to have that introspective self-awareness, but then you also have to be able to project confidence and believe in yourself that you will be able to achieve those goals that you're setting out. If you're overconfident and you're overly opportunistic, you're going to be a hot mess. If you are insecure and you are too conservative and you focus only on solving the problems that you've already been solving for the past couple of years over and over again, you're going to have myopic growth. You know what I mean? It's going to stagnate, and you're going to be just resting on your laurels until somebody else comes in and takes your customers. So it is this fine line of making sure you are being thoughtful and being introspective. And within an organization, you can't send the entire organization to therapy to figure out what your challenges or weaknesses are. You have to be proactive in listening to your boots on the ground, listening to the team underneath you if you're in a leadership position, because they are the ones that are going to capture and identify and communicate the indicators that are telling you we're weak in this area or we're strong in this area. They may not have the whole context to put the entire picture together, but they can at least tell you, guys, our tech stack is woefully lacking from a performance standpoint. If we suddenly throw 1,000 customers on this, it's just going to crap out. Or, hey guys, I'm telling you, the market doesn't understand and is not responding to the messaging that we're putting out to how we solve this problem.
Love it. I think that this has been an amazing conversation. And you guys have laid out some really good advice, actually, for anybody facing these types of issues.